These are taxing times, now less than 2 weeks to go before the day of reckoning with Uncle Sam. But the familiar rush to the post office on deadline day is a-changin'. The times are changing, folks. Increasingly, the rush to file happens in cyberspace. More than 68 million taxpayers filed e-returns. That's online last year. Sibel Weiser from Money Magazine joining us to walk us through this particular thicket. Good to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is this for everybody?
You know, it's really for most people. The IRS is pushing hard to get everybody to do the e-filing. They say they want to get 80% of taxpayers next year doing e-filing. It's good for them, less paper to process.
Well, it's like $10 a head, so they're making a few extra bucks on the deal.
Exactly.
I've always wondered, you know, you can do the 37-cent stamp, or if you want to do registered return, a little more,
right.
Or you have to pay upwards of $10 to file online. You would think they give you a discount.
You would. It seems a little unfair. However, you do save a lot of time. So if you consider your time money.
So time is money?
Time is money, and you also lower your chance of errors. People who do e-filing have much lower chance of errors than people who file on paper.
And if you get due for a refund, you're going to get it quicker, aren't you?
And yes, you're going to get it much quicker. I mean, a couple weeks as opposed to 4 to 6 weeks with the paper filing.
And there's your incentive right there, folks. So
That's
listen
right.
up now. So
Take
there's
out your wallet.
one way to do it is just go to the IRS site, right? Explain how that works.
The IRS site will actually link you to various tax providers, and then you can do this online, or you can download their software, whichever you prefer. What you're going to pay depends on your income as well as what you choose to do as far as the filing, how complex your return is.
Or you can do, if you wanted to go, some of the software providers out there, which you might get directed to anyway if you go to the IRS, would be TurboTax, H&R Block, all the biggies.
Tax Cut, Tax Act, right.
They're all providing pretty much the same kind of service. Is there much difference?
Well, you know, we picked our favorites for various categories, but, you know, yeah, the experience is pretty similar.
Who's your favorite?
Depends on what kind of tax filer you are. If it's very simple, if you're somebody who would use the 1040 EZ form, Tax Act is the cheapest, and it's just, you know, simple, quick, straightforward, down and dirty. If it was a little more complicated, TurboTax is a good choice. They have a nice It's Deductible program that highlights deductions. And then if your return is more complex, we suggested the H&R Block's Tax Cut package, because they, for the most $80, they give you access to an advisor for a year.
Yeah, here's the thing. That's the one thing I've discovered about TurboTax. You know, I check it, recheck it, but at a certain point I want to hear somebody say, it's okay, you can do that, or you shouldn't do that. It's kind of nice to have a human in the mix.
It is, and if you pay a little extra, you can get that. It's certainly cheaper than going to an accountant.
Yeah, yeah, well, that's true. Now, accountants these days, of course, they're e-filing for you, right?
Yeah, in many cases, they're actually required to do so.
Interesting. Why is that?
Again, because the IRS wants to eliminate the paper, they want to make it faster, they want to make it more accurate. So, you know, increasingly, they're requiring accountants to do e-filing. All
right, let's go through these again. TaxAct.com. Once again, good if it's straightforward, it's simple. That's kind of the bare bones operation.
Right.
Kind of the economy vehicle of this.
Exactly.
The mid-size TurboTax, good if you itemize, good if you're self-employed. The price for that one is upwards of $100. And then finally, as you say, H&R Block with the Tax Cut is for the more complicated.
It's for more complicated. If you think you're probably going to need to talk to an advisor, if you're worried about being audited, because they'll also offer auditing support for a year in case that happens to you.
All right, a lot of people, I think, still have, maybe not so much anymore, but they still have somewhat of a hang-up about, you know, transacting online, especially something as important as their taxes.
This is sensitive information, yes.
Right. So should we be worried about it? Is it all encrypted? Is it protected in every way it can be?
You know, the e-filing is really well encrypted and protected. I mean, the IRS is, you know, has stringent rules, and they say nobody has ever been hacked. So, you know, you don't really have much to worry about there. As far as using the software, downloading software versus doing it online on the provider's website, if you think your internet connection isn't secure, then maybe you should download the software and keep it on your computer. But, you know, just hit that return button and send it off into cyberspace.
Have you put your return in yet?
I have. Wow. I'm a good girl.
Did you hear that, Soledad?
I'm almost done.
Sibel Weiser.
Miles, you're the one.
You're almost done? You are not.
Yes, I am.
Sibel Weiser has done her taxes.
Oh, is this going to be a race?
Go, girl.
We're going to have to work on that. Sibel Weiser has done her taxes. She's from Money Magazine. Thanks for the good advice. And for more tax tips, go to cnn.com/am. Tomorrow, in our second part of this series, Beverly Goodman from Smart Money will walk us through some deductions we just might have missed, kind of the last-minute stuff. So stay with us on this. Soledad.
All right, thanks, Miles. Another